Hi, second grade students. Hopefully this week you have had time to work on your under the sea self-portrait. So here is mine. I wanted just to point out and make a few reminders. We started with a pencil, but every single pencil line I went over with my Sharpie. Then I went in with all my crayons and I started thinking about my hair, my skin, my eyes, even my little sea creature. So hopefully you have gotten this far. If you haven't, your job is to finish coloring. I know that some of our classes here at Heim Elementary are still working on coloring, and I told them I would rather you take your time than for you to rush. So if you still need to finish coloring, please work on that. The next step for this project, if you have watercolors, okay, I just grabbed a paint palette. You can get these honestly at Wegmans, Tops, Target, Walmart, so they're very inexpensive. If you're able to get one, it would be very, very helpful. We are working to get some paint palettes to possibly send home, but they are all on back order. We can't even get them right now. So if you're able to find one at a store, it would be very helpful for this year. It's suggested. It's not required, sorry. It is suggested. So I think it's a great art medium to have at your house. And maybe you even have an art kit and it came with one. So these are wonderful to have. So thinking about my background, I wanted to create that watery idea. So I thought, well, what better way to show water than to use watercolor, right? So what I want you to always remember is when you use more water, the color is going to be lighter. The less water, it's going to be a little darker. Now these can tend to get very sticky if I don't use enough water. You never want your paint to be like gooey, okay? If I can fit it in my fingers and it's tacky, that means I'm using way too much paint and not enough water with watercolors. So what I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna go right along. And what's also nice is if by chance your watercolor touches your crayon, the crayon is made out of wax. So if you have a candle at your house or something, you can even see it's going on my hair, but it's not sticking because that wax is pushing the water away. I've been to fancy events where people will actually take candles and float them in water because the two things do not mix. The candle will not absorb the water. So with that wax, it pushes it away. It's called repelling or resisting. So I'm going to keep going in here. I don't have a ton of water behind me because I made my hair so big and floating around. Okay, but that's where we would end. So this piece of art is finished and I can just go and make sure like I'm happy with everything. Oh, I see a teeny bit I missed, right even behind here. Just gonna use the tip of my paintbrush. Okay, all right, so I am happy with my finished artwork. What I want to encourage you, I'm not seeing very much artwork coming back to me, so please, 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 on that Padlet page, you can go to your Google Classroom with art and it will take you right there. Please take pictures, share them, make sure you put your name on it so I know whose is whose. I'd love to see your artwork. All right, so this week, finish coloring, do your background. If you don't have watercolor, I forgot, then you can use colored pencil or crayon for that as well. But I would recommend, you try to find a watercolor palette. That would be very useful for even further art projects. All right, I miss you all. I hope you're doing well. Bye-bye.